Hey, this is Priory, and you're watching 101.9 KINK in the Skype Live studio.
This has been a dream for me to actually get you guys in studio because you've been around for so many years. And now it seems to me like the fact that you've just been named one of the top 10 bands to watch in the world means everybody is going to want you on their stage.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. There's really no pressure.
There's no pressure.
I'm just like up here shaking, man.
So welcome back to town. Welcome back to Portland.
We just got back.
Yeah, it's amazing. We've been on the road for about a year and a half. No complaints though. It's been incredible. This last trip was actually to Barbados, which is pretty fun.
That's all right. That's why we look so tan.
There are. I've seen the pictures on their tweet feed of you guys are all kind of jumping. That's what you have to do in Barbados.
Yeah, they made us do that.
Yeah, apparently.
So I have heard it said that your live show, when you have all of your fellow bandmates, is really wild and that you leave blood on the floor. But I'm wondering how you've
literal and figurative.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how you've recovered from your broken rib.
Oh, my rib is good now. My rib is good now. But if I'm ever gonna go crowd surfing and I don't know that the audience is gonna catch me, so I don't know if you guys have heard this, but I was out with the Kooks, and it was an audience of like a few thousand 15-year-old girls, and it was we had been touring with them for like 2 months. I had had a couple beers. And I'm like, it seems like a good time to go crowd surfing. So I run out to the edge of the stage and I put my hands up. I'm like, are you guys gonna catch me? And all the girls put their hands up like, yeah, we're gonna catch you. So this is the stage. It's probably like a 10-foot jump because it's kind of a high stage. And so I go jumping out there and they part like the Red Sea. I mean, literally they scatter. They scatter. And I just hit the ground. I feel like the little fingertips just and I broke a rib. And then all of a sudden they closed in on me and I was stuck in the crowd for like 15 minutes or something.
With a broken rib.
With a broken
hugs.
rib.
Yeah.
But we had another like 5 or 6 gigs to do before the tour was over, so I just did them. But now I learned my lesson. So like in Barbados, they told me that it was actually the first time anyone had ever crowd surfed in Barbados, which can't be true, but that's what they said.
We like to think that Brandon was the first crowd surfer in Barbados in history.
So I gave them a tutorial, like a full-on walkthrough. Like, this is what you do. Come together, create a mask, put your hands up. We're going to have a moment, right?
And get everyone to sign a contract that you say, yes. You'll actually hold him, right?
It took most of the set to do the contract, but
it's incredible. So many people are looking at your current success and thinking, oh my God, this is like an overnight sensation, but we know you've been working really hard. And Kyle, I think it's fascinating that at one point you were actually selling plasma to make ends meet.
That was like 102nd shout out. It's 100 seconds to start. Yeah, plasma tank.
How much do you get for plasma, and do you feel better keeping your plasma?
I think people are making more here just coming to this for free than I made.
Creating plasma.
I think you get a cool 25 first time, 35 the second time.
It's unbelievable to me. Thank God, that this label is now, seeing the talent that you have. You have your second album out now, Need to Know, right? Yes. Any departure from your first EP?
Yeah, I think the whole thing is a departure. Kyle and I have been playing music together for about a decade. Yeah. And when we wrote the first record, we wrote it really fast. And just like a lot of young people do, and you're like, all right, we're going to get out on the road and we're going to be rock stars. Kind of this, thing. So that basically we spent 2 weeks writing the record and then went out and toured for 2 years, on this record that we made in 2 weeks. And after a couple years, we realized that I think we grew as musicians and we grew as friends. Yeah. And we realized that the music we're playing wasn't necessarily the best we could do. And so at that point, we built out a recording studio, locked ourselves away. We went completely broke, hence Kyle giving plasma every month. But we were overdrawing our bank accounts to support this, this project. And once the record was done, it immediately got interest. Thankfully, because if not,
we were just locked away. We just didn't know. We just worked every day.
Yeah,
we quit our jobs and just were in there 10 hours plus a day.
Yeah,
writing.
Absolutely. So I could be bagging groceries right now.
You're back in Portland because there's the big Project Pabst Festival this weekend that you're playing, and a handful of other great Portland bands are playing. What are you most excited about? There's a pretty friggin' awesome lineup at Project Pabst, from Run the Jewels to Blondie.
I'm for sure Blondie for moi.
Blondie.
Yeah, I'm
we
a big
keep
fan.
missing Run the Joyals. We've played a ton of festivals with
Following
them, and we
them
keep
around.
missing them. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've played with them theoretically 3 or 4 times this year.
Oh,
but-
just never seen them.
You guys just finished up at Bonnaroo, so when you're at a festival like that, are you out cohorting with all the kids that are there? Are you having fun at night with the people that are seeing the bands
You
during the day?
have to. I mean, normally, some of the festival situations literally we're like showing up an hour before we play and then leaving right after. But we specifically requested for nothing for that like 3 or 4 day period at Bonnaroo.
Yeah, we camped.
Yeah, we camped
we
and we
hung.
partied
Real
with
deal.
other bands and just hung out and just took it all in because there's so many acts we wanted to see. So it was, yeah, Gary Clark Jr. was like mind blowing. Tears for Fears was incredible.
Yeah.
Probably the best festival sound I've ever heard was Tears for Fears. Those guys still have it.
Great.
Incredible.
They played Project
Somebody wanted
Paps
to clap.
last
I'll
year,
clap for
actually.
Tears for
Yeah,
Fears. Yes.
Yeah.
I know my last question for you is actually something Sheila came up with that I've taken and run with. I ask everybody this. We've asked politicians and musicians and comedians. We call it Can't Stop Listening. Is there any new music that either of you can't stop listening to?
The Catfish and the Bottlemen record.
Oh.
Is great. Those
Yeah,
guys
that
were
band's
awesome. We actually
cool.
we really did just play with them, and
Cool.
they were
Because they're
incredible.
UK, right?
They're UK.
Yeah.
And then Royal Blood. They're also a
Also
UK
UK,
band. Those guys
killer.
are nasty.
Just UK
They're like
pride.
so heavy for a 2-piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're good.
Thanks to you guys so much, especially for getting up so early. I understand that for you, this is just the middle of the night, so I so appreciate it. Please, a big,
I'll take it.
warm round Portland applause for your Portland band, Priory.
Priory.